The alarm went off at 5 in the morning, sharply, shrilly, as if someone had deliberately woken me from sleep. I was about to turn it off when my phone vibrated. "Sorry it's so early," the security guard's voice trembled. "You're having a conflict. Your sister has arrived with movers. She says you have to move out immediately. She claims the apartment is hers. She's yelling. She's pressuring you." I looked at my watch, then at the cup of coffee I'd just poured. It was quiet outside. The sea was dark and calm, as if nothing was happening. "She demands we evict you right now," he added quickly. "She says she has the documents." I took a sip. The coffee was hot. "Let her in," I said calmly. He paused for a second. "Are you sure?" "Yes. Let her come up." I put the phone on the table and sat by the window. Downstairs, I could already hear the sounds of doors slamming, men's voices, and someone shrieking. My sister always knew how to put on a show. A couple of minutes later, someone started knocking on the door, not ringing the bell, pounding, loudly, with a fist, with pauses, like the sound of power.
"Open up," she screamed. "Enough of this circus. This is my home." I took my time. I opened the door when the knocking became irritated. She stood in front, confident, wearing a coat over her pajamas. Behind her were two movers and a security guard, who clearly didn't understand how he'd gotten himself into this. My sister immediately stepped inside. "Get ready," she said, looking around the apartment. "We're not here for long." "Good morning," I replied. She grinned. "Don't act like you're the boss. You're here temporarily." The movers exchanged glances. One of them asked, "What should we take out?" "That's it," she said sharply. "These aren't her things." I put the cup on the table. "We're not taking anything out for now." My sister turned to me, narrowing her eyes. "Are you starting again? I didn't come here to talk. I have a right." "Show me your documents," I said. She slammed her bag on the table, pulled out a folder, and tossed it in my direction. "Look, everything's signed." I didn't open the folder. I didn't even touch it. "Are you sure you want to do this in front of them?" I nodded at the security guard and the movers. "What do I have to hide?" she replied loudly. "I'm the owner, and you've just been living here at my expense." It was familiar. My whole life it's like this. I helped. I lived temporarily. I should have understood. "You can wait in the hallway," I told the movers. "This is a family matter." "Stop," my sister barked. "I'm crying." "Me too," I replied calmly, "but not today." She took a step closer to me. "You think I don't know what you're like? Quiet, comfortable, always agreeable. Do you think anything's going to change now?" I looked her in the eyes. "It's already changing." She snorted and turned to the guard. "What are you standing there for? Do your job. Evict her." The guard cleared his throat nervously. "We need to sort out the paperwork." "Get it done quickly," she said. "I don't have time." I picked up the phone from the table. "Then let's sort this out officially." She chuckled, but a crack appeared in her smile. "Are you playing games again? You always make things more complicated." "No," I replied. "I just stopped simplifying things." The neighbors were already gathering outside the door. Someone had come out to check out the noise. My sister noticed this and sat up even straighter, as if she needed an audience. "Let them see," she said loudly. "Let them see who you really are." I nodded. "Let them." At that moment, I dialed the first number, and she didn't yet understand that everything that was happening now was only the beginning. I went out onto the balcony to hear better. The sea was still calm. The phone was at my ear, my voice steady. "Yes, it's me," I said. "We can begin. She's already here." I returned to the room. My sister watched my every move. "Who are you calling?" she asked sharply.
"The people who know who owns this apartment," I replied. She laughed too loudly. "Stop scaring me. You always do that when you're in a tight spot." At that moment, footsteps were heard in the hallway. The security guard was talking to someone on the radio. The neighbors stood at their doors, openly interested. "Start carrying out," my sister said to the movers. "What are you waiting for?" One of them hesitantly grabbed the handle of a suitcase against the wall. I looked at him. "I wouldn't recommend it." "You're not their boss," my sister hissed. "It's my property." "Then why isn't the deed in your name?" I asked. She froze. "What? Why isn't your name in the register?" I continued. "Why haven't you seen the originals yet?" She took a sharp step toward me. "You're lying. Mom said—" "Mom said a lot of things," I interrupted, "especially when I was transferring the money." The silence grew thick. Even the movers stopped moving. "You've always been ungrateful," my sister muttered. "We let you in, we helped you, and I bought this apartment, completely, with my own money, 5 years ago." "That's impossible." She shook her head. "You were helping everyone back then. You didn't have—" "We did," I replied. "You just didn't ask." I looked at the phone again. It vibrated. I put it on speakerphone. "Good morning," a male voice rang out. "I confirm the title deed is registered in your name. An eviction attempt by a third party is being recorded." My sister turned pale. "Who is this?" "A lawyer. The same one who formalized the transaction." "While you were deciding who was entitled to what?" She turned sharply to the security guard. "Did you know?" He looked away. "They just gave me the information." "It's a setup," she said more quietly. "You orchestrated the whole thing." "No," I replied. "I just kept quiet when it was convenient for you." She grabbed the phone. "Mom will be here soon. You'll regret it." "Let her come," I said. "It will be good for her to hear too." 20 minutes later, the apartment was full. Mom was screaming that I'd ruined the family. My sister was crying and accusing me of betrayal. One of the neighbors was filming it on his phone. Security called the police, this time following all the rules. I stood by the window and listened to them talk about me as if I wasn't there, just like always. I made the second call while the police were checking my documents. "Yes," I said into the phone, "you can tell the bank. Let them stop everything." My sister heard this. "What are you doing?" I looked at her. "What you should have done a long time ago." And at that moment, for the first time, she realized there would be no turning back. Mom was the first to fall silent. She looked at me as if she were seeing me for the first time. "What did you stop?" she asked slowly. "Loans," I replied, "the ones that were issued temporarily, with my signature, with the promise that the family would sort it out later." My sister sat up abruptly. "You had no right." "I did," I said. "They're in my name." The policeman looked up from the papers. "I confirm, the obligations are registered to a civilian. The decision to suspend is legal." Mom sat down in a chair as if she'd suddenly lost her strength. "You knew it was hard for us." "I knew," I replied. "That's why I paid, for years, while you were dividing my money and deciding where I should live." My sister's voice dropped to a whisper. "We thought you wouldn't go against us." "You were sure," I said. "Those are two different things." I made the third call while the movers were standing at the door, waiting to see how it would all play out. "Yes," I said into the phone, "we can publish it." My sister turned completely pale. "Publish what?" "Documents," I replied, "and notes. How you registered the apartment. How you discussed it, that I would still remain silent." "You wouldn't dare," said Mom. "Already," I replied. My sister's phone vibrated almost immediately, then another, and another. She stared at the screen, not looking up. "You've destroyed us," she breathed out. "No," I said. "I just stopped saving you." The police filed a report. The movers were escorted out. Security locked the doors. The apartment became quiet again. They left one by one. No hugs, no words. Mom stopped at the threshold but never turned around. When the door closed, I was alone. I sat down at the table. The coffee had long since gone cold. The sea outside was still calm. I realized one thing. Family isn't those who are related by blood. It's those who don't try to take your life while you sleep. Like and subscribe.